It's a bit of an overkill with the size of the pot, but I just don't want to make a mess on the stove. Plus, it'll be easier for you all to see what I'm doing in a bigger pot. And I'm going in with butter, 2 tablespoons of butter in there. I'm just going to turn my heat down just a little bit. I don't want the butter to brown. I am one of those people who don't like brown butter. You know, people go on about how brown butter is this and that and the other. Not Uncle Chris, I'm not into that. But anyhow, here we are. And back in 2009, I originally shared this recipe for making Cou Cou. You know, some of you call it fungi or fungi. You know, in places like Antigua, Barbados, British Virgin Islands, you know, and in Jamaica there's something very similar as well called ton or turn cornmeal. It's one of them sort of nice, comforting, hearty sort of things we have with stewed meats and all that. Onion, I've got pimento pepper, and this is just an updated version of that recipe I shared in 2009, I think it was, or maybe 2016, I can't remember, way back when. And since then, just about everybody and their mommy went and copied the recipe and put it online, so which is fine. I ain't hating, I'm just trying to spread the culture. Garlic, that's just some crushed garlic. And I like adding a lot of flavor. You know, in Barbados, when you go to Barbados and you get a flying fish with Cou Cou, yo man, it's one of them best things you will ever eat, yeah? Fresh thyme, and they don't usually season it as much, all these flavors that I'm adding, but I am Trinbagonian and this is the way, you know, I saw my grandmother making it, so with the exception of a few ingredients in here. But it is essentially a very comforting meal, and there's differences. What I'm trying to get at is there's differences across the region and how we make it. No small thing. Anyhow, black pepper. Did I say no small thing? I mean no big deal. Oh gosh, Uncle Chris going opposite now. I need that black pepper, and I also need some salt, and I like using sea salt. You all can use whatever salt you all like using. It's totally up to you. I also like going in with a bit of grated carrot. Just, you know, it's a great way to sneak vegetables and all that in there if you have picky eaters and you get them to eat corn Cou Cou. It's pretty much just cornmeal that's going to be rehydrated, instant cornmeal, and that's going to be hydrated. But with that said, we also need to add okra or okra. That is where one of the key ingredients lie in. So it's not just plain old cornmeal. Just make sure you stir that. You just want to soften everything up, and that okra will add a nice sort of, you know, some people complain about it. It's a bit of a slimy texture, but I quite enjoy it. Only as an adult. As a child growing up in the islands, I didn't care for okra at all. I want to further season this with a bit of parsley in there and a bit of chive. Yeah, if you want to put spring onion or scallion in there, you can certainly do that. And all we're going to do is cook this on that medium sort of low heat for about 5 minutes, and then we'll proceed with the cornmeal. And this is the cornmeal that I have here, 2 cups of cornmeal. And to bring it all together, to hydrate it, we're going to need anywhere from 3.5 to 4 cups of coconut milk. If you wanted to go half and half, coconut milk and a vegetable stock or a chicken stock or whatever, just be mindful that the sodium element in the stock, if you are using some stock, if it's not homemade, there's usually quite a bit of sodium in there, which means you gotta cut back on the amount of salt. Just be mindful of that. And if you can source it, you saw me add pimento peppers. Those are from my freezer. During the summer months, I plant pimento peppers, so I'm able to use them during the winter months. It's out of my freezer. But if you can source it, whether you have them frozen or you you can get it at your local West Indian or Asian supermarket. Yeah, I usually get it at the Asian supermarket here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, when I run out of it. It adds a lovely flavor. It is the sort of flavor of a good Scotch bonnet pepper without the heat. You know, and in the past I may have mentioned this to you all. Yes, typically there is no heat, but there is the odd time it can be a bit spicy, depending how close, in what close proximity to hot peppers, because then they can cross-pollinate and you will end up with something spicy. I'm going to start off with about 3 cups of coconut milk. and I'm going to reserve some of it in case we need to add more. We're going to bring that up to a boil now and let it simmer for about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. We just want that coconut milk to be further flavored with all the ingredients that we added in there. And maybe you saw that video I did with the braised oxtail in the oven, and I served it with Cou Cou. This is the sort of recipe for doing that. So if you came from that video, or if you are not familiar with that video, I urge you to go out and check it out right now. You know, you can head to CaribbeanPot.com or YouTube.com/CaribbeanPot, and that recipe will be there for that oven braised oxtail. The stewed gravy on this, proper. You need to say more. It's been simmering for about 3 minutes, so in goes all of that lovely cornmeal in there. Just gonna turn my heat down just a little bit because this is where the manual labor comes in. I don't want it burning or sticking as we get to it. And all you're gonna do is work that, yeah? And you notice that 3 cups of coconut milk just sort of soaked in there. That is exactly what we were hoping for. And the whole idea now is to just keep stirring that until it comes together like you're seeing here, yeah? I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more of that coconut milk because I want it just a little bit more smooth. And as I stir it, it's all about rehydrating the cornmeal with that coconut milk. I'm just gonna keep moving it. Oh, and I'm making a mess again. Uncle Chris at it again. You know what? I will use the full 4 cups of that coconut milk. It will take a little bit of elbow grease. So in total I used the 4 cups of coconut milk to the 2 cups of that cornmeal. And all you would do now, you're done. You're pretty much done. Turn off your stove, and then you know what most people do is put it in a mold of some sort, and they allow it to take its shape and firm up, and then you know you can slice it, you can scoop, you can do whatever you want. So Chris here at CaribbeanPot.com, you just learn how to make Cou Cou fungi. Turn cornmeal, I guess. Anyhow, I hope I'll get an opportunity to give this one a try. Real comfort food right there. Stewed meat gravy all on its own, whether it's fish or oxtail in my case, or chicken or whatever, you're good.